Oh, it's your boss man back again with another Rival Fan podcast, episode 48. Probably 49, but we didn't count the Euros towards the series, so to speak. Listen, as always, get locked in, get your popcorn. I can tell you already this one's going to be fiery. We've been speaking a lot in the week the week that's just happened regarding some individuals in particular surrounding Arsenal and, of course, Spurs. As you can see from the title, Buendia rejects Arsenal and Spurs bottle Conte. They do what they do best. As always, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and get your comments in. But before we get into that, first and foremost, let me introduce to you the regular panel. On my left, we got the homie Lawless in the building. I'm rocking your colours as always. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, look, you and me combined, we're rocking the colours, claret and blue there. So
exactly,
team up for the colours.
Listen, I only rep the biggest team in London. That's what I'm saying.
Hey. Exactly, and I'm excited to talk about the North London disaster class today. I'm here for it, as an East Londoner. Let's get into that.
Right on cue, Kish has got right on cue. Speaker of North London, disaster. You love to see.
Should I leave now then, or
Nah. You stay. It's good time. We don't know where Daniel is. I think he's still probably getting drunk off the Champions League. We got the two homers here. One is glowing. The other one has got a black screen. It is what it is. So we know who's in Yester today. That's all I'm gonna say. We got Kojo and Kale in the building. Kojo, how you doing, brother?
Firstly, I've always been in Iniesta. It's not just today, but sometimes once in a while you got to gas up the man. But I'm good, man.
You got that Iniesta swag today, innit?
So straight from the club there, Barca. You know what I'm saying? The Catalonia teams. Now I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't have North London pain because one, I'm not from North London, and two, I don't support no North London club. So me personally, I'm feeling wonderful.
Bro? There we go. Brought it back. Talking about swag.
How about you come on camera and face your shame with your club today? Yeah, come on, face the shame that your club is giving you today.
Once my nephew gets his
you have been stressed since 2006. We are just today. 15 years of pain. Yeah, 15 years of pain.
I'll come on in a minute.
The
Give me a second.
The winner Community Shield, don't forget this season.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. I saw a man done Audi Cup, but onto him.
Yeah, but listen, Kish can't mock the community. He's never been in it, so it is what it is. Anyway, speaking of which, Kish is in the building, bro. How you doing, man? Great introduction as always, man. But listen, obviously, Kish does all the notes as well, so he's an absolute legend. So I make sure you show him love. But yeah, Kish, how you doing, bro, man? A lot to discuss as we did yesterday with Spurs, man.
Yeah, I thought the season was over, but that was a lie. It just continues. The hell continues. Onwards and upwards to next season. Can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Kojo looks like he's got a hot day after this, looking sharp, bro. Yes. Marie's got the eye emojis. I just saying it, Kojo. This was for the show, but we'll just pretend it was for Kojo, anyways, isn't it?
No, that's my girl's thing.
Your jokes.
Oh, is it? There you go. I literally said it without even knowing.
Come on.
I love that so much. But anyways, let's get into it. Obviously, we're going to start with the club. Basically, the transfer rumors. As if you do follow me on Twitter, you'll know I'm in the know. I've got everyone's details on tap. Jadon Sancho's been ringing me. You know what? I just want to say this quickly, lads. I don't know if you know this, but I tweeted out a picture of Jadon Sancho's aeroplane.
I saw that.
And the amount of abuse I've got.
Wait, hold on. What?
No, it's not abuse. Everyone thinks I've been serious. I basically tweeted out saying, this is Jadon Sancho's fly. I've been on the phone to his dad. He's on his way to Man United, etc., etc. And these mans think I'm being serious, but it is what it is. But listen, my cousins just down there. They love to see it.
Man got a super chat for that.
That is the ultimate disrespect.
My guy paid £5. That's ridiculous. And he would have put it up for free as well. Like, come on.
Obviously, this is my cousin as well, man. But the funniest thing is, man's been a Spurs fan the whole season. So my cousin, right, I'm going to put it back up here. A little quick story here. My cousin goes from club to club to club.
Yeah.
Like, Just to wind us all up. You don't care. No, he's just,
and to be honest, if Daniel Levy gets a sniff of that $4.99, he's taking it.
So what? He jumped on Spurs when it looked like they might be in for the league. Like, he was like, Spurs.
Of all teams, why would you pick Spurs? Like, they're fucking shy. But he picked Spurs, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, if Arsene Wenger got a super chat, they would have signed Suarez, but obviously it's a bit unfortunate. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's start with Arsenal Football Club. Buendia rejects Arsenal for another claret and blue team, Aston Villa. For those of you that are watching for the first time, the way our sort of podcast works is I just throw out a topic, and whoever fancies talking about, they just jump in. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Buendia rejects Arsenal, lads. What are our thoughts on the matter? Anyone want to take it?
I'm gonna open up the debate straight away based on where we left off on the chat yesterday. So my question is to the viewers, and my question is to the people on the chat: what defines a big club? Recent success or past success? What defines a player's motive?
Good question.
I mean, this is the thing, wasn't it? It was the argument about would Arsenal have been a step up from Villa? Like, is it like, okay, going to Arsenal is this big leap from if he went to Villa? And clearly,
you know what?
It's not.
No. I'm taking it over because it's ridiculous. This was coming from a West Ham fan. This was the argument from a West Ham fan.
I'm sorry. How does my club
about Arsenal not being a step up? About Arsenal not being a step up from Villa. I'm not saying if Jack Grealish had offers on the table from City, from United.
Oh, you got breaking news. Arsenal
Exactly. But anyway, back to my point. And by the way, your title is misinformation as well. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm not saying
it's a question, but to be fair,
whatever. I'm not saying that if offers were on the table from City, from Chelsea, from Liverpool, from Manchester United, and Arsenal, I'm not saying Grealish should go to Arsenal if those are offers on the table. But to say that Grealish not going to Arsenal or going to Arsenal isn't a step up from Villa is not a step up. You out of your freaking mind. You are crazy, lunatic. Buendia, by the way, they accepted a £33 million bid from Aston Villa. They were asking for 40 from us. Why would Arsenal pay 40 million?
Sorry, that's just Sancho ringing me. Sorry, I do apologize.
Cool. Just say hi from me in it. Why would Arsenal pay 40 million for a player that's valued at 33 million? It makes no sense whatsoever. So I don't care if Buendia is going to Aston Villa.
Because when you're a big club, you just slap the money down. You slap the money down when you're a big club.
It doesn't work like that. When you spend 40 million for Felipe Anderson or Sebastian Haller and they flop, what happens? They flop and you end up where?
They flop. That's what happens. That's the price you got to pay. Like,
absolutely.
If you're gonna go
we slapped down 72 million for Pepe. It didn't work out. So why would we spend down 40 million for a guy that's been playing championship football?
Letting yourself get out muscled by Aston Villa.
It's not out muscled if they bid less than us and that bid got accepted. Maybe
because the player wanted to go there. The player wanted to go there.
Yeah, cool. That's the reason.
Arsenal bid the 30, and then Villa bid 33. Am I not right?
What's that?
Did Arsenal bid 30 or 40?
We bid 35 million. They said no. We want 40 million from you. Villa then bid 33 million, and they accepted it. So what can Arsenal do? They're not going to accept
my point on this, Kill, is I get where you're coming from. If it's any of the top end teams like your Man U's, Man City's, Liverpool's, etc., fair enough. But if it's Aston Villa, but then again, you've got to think from my point of view, and I gave this example to you, didn't I, Osman, last night, where Berbatov had two choices to either go to Man City or Manchester United. Man City, when they had their ownership, also offered more, and they offered him double the wages that Man U were willing to offer, but he still turned down Man City, even though they offered Tottenham more money on the transfer fee, and he still decided to reject Man City and go to Man United.
Yeah, no, but here's the difference. Here's the difference between that Berbatov thing. That bid from City was accepted, no?
Yeah, it was accepted.
Our bid was not accepted. It was rejected.
But then if you're Buendia and you know that it's a simple fact of £3 million that's the difference, surely if you're desperate,
if the team Arsenal is not willing to play that 3 million, why?
Yeah, but how do you know? How do you know that was the case?
Because we weren't. Because if we were, we would have bid it.
Yeah, but what's 3 million for your number one?
No. That's the thing is, and Cahill, this is early bids. Like you don't always put in what you're willing to bid as your first bid. Yeah. You bid 30 million, but then you go right. Let's see if they accept. If they reject it, then you go in for another bid and another bid.
Which we did. We bid 35 million, and they rejected it. Then Villa gone.
If Buendia had an interview and he said, "Listen, I'm not going to Villa. It's either Arsenal or nothing," I almost guarantee you that would even make a compromise. So it could be like 30 million plus 3 million in add-ons. But he never came out saying, "Nah, I want to go to Arsenal. I really want to." If a player pulls his hand and says that he wants to go to this particular club, it doesn't matter. No, but that's what I'm saying. You've literally contradicted yourself because you said a championship player, you would have thought that if I'm in the championship, I want to go to Arsenal. If it's Villa Arsenal, I want to go to Arsenal because Arsenal's the bigger club, right? So why has my man rejected Arsenal for Aston Villa mid-table?
He hasn't rejected Arsenal, though. He hasn't rejected Arsenal.
If we can't offer him a contract,
he hasn't rejected Arsenal.
He hasn't rejected us. We couldn't offer him a contract. They didn't accept the bid. So this argument means absolutely nothing because
But it's 3 million. It's the difference is
come on for now.
We aren't willing to pay it.
But he obviously wasn't fussed about going to Arsenal because he didn't try and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't
That's
care.
the player's prerogative. If he wants to go to Villa,
because it's the same. Like that's it.
Because the same. No, but okay, but I can't believe I'm about to stand up for Arsenal here. This is ridiculous.
It's not the same.
But if your club gives you the permission to go and talk to one club and you don't give permission to talk to another club, regardless, then you.
What can you do?
Who do you talk to?
If you want to, no. If you want to move on from Norwich,
Arsenal are going to pay £40 million for you. Then you're going to go to Aston Villa. What's the point,
bruv?
Listen, like
I don't agree.
They want 3 million extra, but they accepted 2 million less than our bid. Come on now.
Yeah, because you're their rivals for next season, so they don't want it to go to you, lot, do they?
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
No, but the thing is, the idea was, and what my problem was, is that Arsenal fans now have all been coming out and saying, "Oh, because they've got him, we're going to get Grealish now. That's it. We're going to buy Grealish."
I don't even say that. That's
but then your problem was the idea that I was like, as if he would go to Arsenal. And you was like, it's a step up, but no, like, why would he
step up?
So you're telling me Grealish? Wait, you're telling me Grealish wouldn't rather stay at Aston Villa than go to Arsenal?
It's not about player prerogatives. I'm not caring about player loyalties or anything like that. A move from Aston Villa, regardless of loyalty to club, regardless of money, to Arsenal is a step up. End of story. There's no denying that.
Marginal to the point
marginal,
of
Dan. It's not marginal.
But
we were in European football for the past 25 years. Now, when it's not Arsenal, it's a massive achievement. When it's Arsenal, you're tourists. So I don't understand this. Arsenal is a European class team. We have won championships in the past. We have won major cups in the past. We have
what was it 1933 or something? You won a double or some shit.
Absolutely, 1933, yeah.
But
the point is, it's not worth leaving Aston Villa.
It doesn't matter if I don't care if it's not worth. No, it is worth leaving because it's a step up. It is a.
But is it a big enough step up to leave Aston Villa for Arsenal?
Man, I've just said that Grealish should go if the option is there. He should go whichever team is challenging for the Premier League.
But let's talk about.
I'm not here for this whole argument that Arsenal is a step up from Aston Villa. They were they would have got relegated last season if it wasn't for a bloody technicality.
No, but check this, right? If Grealish, the only club that's going in for Grealish is Arsenal, right? Now, should he stay or should he leave to go to Arsenal?
Big man, go to the better team. Go to the bigger team. Go for more money. Go for.
So does that mean he's going to last? Who's like basically just to give clarity to people in the chat because they're probably thinking, where the hell does this come from? So we were having a conversation on the WhatsApp group. We were talking about the status of Arsenal Football Club. As Kieran has rightly said, Arsenal have been in Europe. This is the first time in 26 years or whatever it is that they're not in Europe, and everyone's kind of under the impression that they're falling giant, whatever. But anyways, the conversation kind of arose from the fact that we were saying saying, why would Grealish go to Arsenal over Leicester? Leicester currently.
No. It arose from.
You
from,
added that.
It arose from the Norwich, the Buendia to Aston It led into the Leicester City.
Okay, we added that. So obviously, we were saying Leicester is a better proposition currently than Arsenal. Not a bigger club.
No, it's not.
Not a bigger club. They're not a bigger club. A better proposition than Arsenal currently.
It's not.
In the climate.
But why is it not a better prospect?
But why is it? Are they a Champions League? Are they a Champions League?
My cousin's just donating money and not saying anything.
Yeah, absolutely, that's hilarious. At least
because they're more likely to get into Champions League.
They've won the Premier League and the FA Cup more recently than Arsenal have. So, technically, if you base it on recent success, you'd say Leicester is a better move. You know,
they're a better run football club. They have a better manager.
On recent success, if you go over the last 5 years, haven't Arsenal won more accolades than them? They've won 4.
Yeah, but when you say in 5 years, a Premier League's worth more than FA Cup, because everyone always goes on about that.
No, you can say that, but that's Leicester's first Premier League in God knows how long. I know Arsenal's
first Premier League ever.
It was 17 years ago. I understand that, but we can't now. We
take
can't
the
now.
trophies, but we're talking about what they have the potential to win, though.
But that's not 30 years ago history, because when Liverpool was struggling to win Premier League and won Champions League in 2005 before 2018.
Here's my question to you, then, Kojo.
The second biggest club in the country.
Here's my question to you.
The dialogue for Arsenal.
Fair enough. On the current ownership and on the current status of squads, everything in general, in the next 5 years,
let's start a better team.
Who has a better chance to
have the
next 5 years?
Let's have a better team in this structure.
Well, then there's your answers.
No, but they have the better team right now. It doesn't mean that it's going to change.
That's an if.
But you got to
I'm
make
not
your.
saying that's not going to change. I'm saying next 5 years, right? You're talking so hypothetically. I don't think this will never happen. What
This guy's
Jack Grealish is what, 24, 25? If in the next 5 years Leicester have got a better chance of reaching higher goals than Arsenal, then as a player you would go to Leicester, no? If in the next 10 years, Arsenal have a better opportunity.
You're talking about hypotheticals here.
But you was talking about an hypothetical because you said right now, which you're going to go for the club that is more likely right now, not if Arsenal might be an opportunity 3-4 years down the line.
Here are the facts. Arsenal have had the worst season in their Premier League history currently. Correct. Yes. Correct. Leicester have had one of the best runs. Yes, they had a whole bunch of hiccups, but Arsenal had a whole same amount of hiccups. We managed to finish 5 points behind them in our worst season ever. And you're telling me you're acting like it's this massive gap between Arsenal and Leicester. It's not massive. It's really close.
But you only made up them points when it was done.
It's a simple fact of the matter.
You couldn't even finish above them mathematically. Then you made up them points.
Yeah.
Then that's when you went on your run.
Yeah,
you went on your run and made up the points when it was done.
You couldn't get any top 4, top.
You weren't in.
There was no pressure on your players.
You couldn't get Champions League.
That doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does, of course it does.
No. Leicester was still challenging for the top 4, and they
weren't.
One second. I just say this one point. Right, I hear what you're saying, and I don't want this to be an attack on KL. I'm happy Coach is defending him, so it's kind of
you're making me defend Arsenal. What are you doing?
But obviously, I hear what you're saying with the 5 points difference. Yeah, it looks very close, right? But you got to factor in the fact that there's no pressure on the players first and foremost. I know you're not going to agree with that, but let me just land. No pressure on the players. The opposition you're playing against are on the beach. 90% of the players are on the beach. It's true though. Like how many teams? Look at City. How many teams
you have to win? If Arsenal finished 12th, you would have bantered the hell out of me.
Where have your 5 wins in a row been during the season when there's been pressure on the games?
Absolutely not there. It's not
my
point. No.
But here's Leicester's run when they secure Champions League football.
Bruv, here's also the thing.
Exactly.
Technically,
they had Man City, Chelsea, and Tottenham for the last 4 games.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to get the Champions League, that's what you have to do.
But still
beat them. They went to the Etihad and banged them 5-2. So
what we're talking about is in that period where these 5 points were made up. This is over this period where it got to be within 5 points. Leicester had the killer run.
They failed to get Champions League because of how they.
But the point is, there's still a better team with a better manager and a better run club
They
than
have
Arsenal.
a better team. They don't have the meta managers.
Wait, what?
Nah, let's have
Brendan
a
Rodgers.
bet.
You would
Years
take
in a row.
Brendan
Leicester
Rodgers.
first
No,
11
Brendan
is better
Rodgers-
than
Kill.
Brendan Rodgers is a better manager. than Arteta.
I'm not taking Brendan Rodgers
Kill,
anyway.
not take Rodgers.
Oh, you're
Arteta.
saying to me that Arsenal's first 11 is
It's
better
not,
than
it's not,
Leicester's
it's not
first
about Arteta. Listen, it's not about Arteta. Kill.
No, but I said he has a better manager, and he said, I don't know if they have a better
No,
manager.
because he doesn't rate Rodgers either. So whether you do that or not, whether you ask about
He's
Arteta or
never
not, he doesn't
rated
rate it. That's
Rodgers.
it.
I know he doesn't rate Rodgers.
Defensively, Rodgers is suspect. And I will echo it now.
There's mad echo, yeah. I don't know whose back is.
Yo, the passion from Cahill, man. Yo, never seen this from my
it's
guy.
Cahill's like,
Yo, 3
Yeah,
turning up, you know.
it's good to see. I think
Jeez.
Cahill's had enough of this team, and that's what it is, isn't it?
Yo, Cahill's
but-
fully let the strings go, man.
Arsenal is, let me just get this comment while he's putting Michael back in. Arsenal are a mid-table team right now. Their fans always try to ignore the fact that the table don't lie. I mean,
My man just appeared like that.
I mean, they are a mid-table team, though, aren't they? They finished 8th back-to-back. What was it, the season before they finished like 5th or 6th. And they were screaming for their manager to get sacked. And like, it's basically, look, for me personally, right, you look at AC Milan and the club that they were prior to the absolute capitulation that they underwent. I feel like Arsenal could quite easily do that, because the difference is the fact that Arsenal aren't in the same category as AC Milan. In England, people will say, "Oh yeah, Arsenal are the top 3." I think they're not top 3 anymore. I want Kale to come back, so I'll say this because he's not. I don't know where he's gone, but I think Chelsea.
He'll be back.
I do think Arsenal can still attract, though. If you look at AC Milan, they still
Arsenal-
were able to
Arsenal
attract
are top 3.
Ronaldinho, Ronaldinho,
Chelsea,
Kaká,
Chelsea,
yeah.
Chelsea,
Beckham.
They can,
What
but
did I miss, by the way?
the
They can
pool
still
isn't what it
attract players.
was. The pool, yeah, just the pool isn't what it
Here's
was.
the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. Even before the whole AC Milan resurgence, we were attracting big name players. We were on the down when Ozil and Sanchez came, and nobody expected them to come to Arsenal. We were on the down when Aubameyang came. We were on the down when Lacazette came. We were on the down when Partey came.
How long do you think that's going to be before players actually learn their lesson and go, you know what, we keep going, all these good players go there and nothing happens? Like, what's the point? Like, if me going there, do you know what I mean?
I don't. You have to realize the kind of downward spiral. It's taken it already, but kind of depth that Arsenal have to fall down to for those players to stop going.
Absolutely.
But you know what the thing is?
What is this majestic?
It's actually United.
Leicester's been on over the past 5 or 6 years. They won one Premier League and they won the FA Cup. Apparently, for one season for Arsenal, it's a Mickey Mouse competition. Second season for Leicester, it's this wonderful achievement that's going to propel them to being top 4 between potential champions.
But it's just.
No, but they've been in the conversation like Spurs were under Parge. Consistently for that 5 years now. I think that's why.
we were in the Champions League conversation 2 years ago, and before that, Leicester, on the other hand, were finishing 8th and 9th as well. So we've literally switched.
Yeah, but it's about the fact of the trajectory. They're going that way, you're going that way. It's like you're passing them on the way down,
but
and they're passing them on the way
technically they've
up.
stagnated. They finished 5th last year. They finished 5th this year. So it's not this magical upward curve.
But you finished 8th last year, and you finished 8th this year.
Okay, so we've stagnated as well. So
on the players,
they won the FA Cup, which is the first time in their history, innit? So, but
on the players, real quick though, because Kate was talking about you attract the. What I'm saying is, when you talk about Arsenal still attracting these players and that, what we got to talk about is Arsenal has started. That's not sustainable to keep paying these great players big money just to sign for Arsenal, like the way they had to do with like even Willian and things like that. Even bang average players like that. You have to play. It's not sustainable for the future.
What about this comment here from Mohit? What is the new top 6? I personally ain't a fan of the top 6 conversation.
The top 6 is completely commercial. It doesn't mean anything. It's completely commercial.
Waffle to me, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Well, here's the
you're going to say your last thing, and then we'll move on to Spurs.
Hey, you triggered me, so I don't know if we're moving on, my G. I don't know if we're moving on.
I don't mind, you know. This, like I said, the passion from here. I'll sit back and relax.
I mean, like I said to the boys before you came on, I'm going to make sure I wine Kale. So we've succeeded. Go on, Kale, say your last bit, and then we'll move on, because I want you to be happy as well. And we'll take this out.
I'm enjoying it.
It's a good discussion, man.
Oh, I forgot now. I'm reading the comments. Even the comments.
The thing is, real quick, while you're thinking of it, like Villa, what do you remember I say with Villa? I'm not saying Villa are a bigger club or whatever. What I'm saying is, if you're a player and you see, even though, okay, they haven't been really putting up trees and I've been bantering them, But if you see them, they keep spending, they're showing ambition, and you're thinking, you know what? This club has a project. This club is looking to go places. I want to be a part of that.
Here's the thing. This idea that Arsenal don't spend is ridiculous notion. We spent 50 million on Partey last season.
No, you do spend money.
We spend money. We don't spend it wisely. That's our problem. And here's the thing about Leicester that I'll say they do much better than most of the teams, even the ones above them. They know how to use the market, the transfer market. They know which gems to find. Nobody's going in for Sumer. And he's coming to Leicester for what, 26 million
today as well.
Apparently Edouard is going, and that's a player I've been looking at for years.
18 million as well.
18 million. Yeah. That's a wonderful replacement for Lacazette, and that's cheap as well. What they do is wonderful in terms of what they are looking for, these gems out of France, out of Scotland. Wherever they find them, and they get them on the cheap, and they gel well into that system. Leicester on that a class above the rest, in my opinion. But Leicester, no. I
think the point that we're trying to make here, right? And it's not saying Leicester are a bigger club. I know you're not saying what we're saying is, right, from a perspective of a person that's leaving the club, right? If you look at Arsenal currently, and this goes for Spurs as well, so look at either of the teams. If you look at
Kane as an example.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at either of them teams, right, and you look at Leicester, for example, as you rightly said, a fantastic recruitment team. You know, they've got a chairman that actually genuinely cares about the club, which is rare. They've got a fairly young squad looking on the up. Don't get me wrong, they're not doing brilliantly, but they're looking like they're going in the right direction, so to speak. They got a manager. Okay, I know you don't rate him, but he's quite good. He's like, you know, he's around there. He's respected within the industry, so to speak. And then you look at Arsenal Football Club, first and foremost. And again, I could have put Man United in this category 2 years ago and finished 6th or whenever it was. So you look at Arsenal Football Club, first and foremost, it's toxic within the fan base. You know, the pressure at the club to be hit the ground running is it's overbearing for a lot of players. You've seen so many, and only Pep is only starting to do well now when there's been less pressure on him because other players around him being so poor. People are starting to be a bit more lenient towards him because he's actually doing something. But it's like you're constantly under the microscope. Or you can go to a team like Leicester, well-run club, a club that is trying to do the right things. Fans that are most likely going to support them, a manager that's going to support him. But you got Arteta, you don't know if he's going to be here next week. He will be, but you don't know if there's any ambition from the board. As you would say, Kroenke is an absolute fraud. I'm sure we'd all probably agree on that. And I think you have to look at it realistically. And at the moment, if I'm a player, I'm going to Leicester without a shadow of a doubt. Arsenal, the bigger club, and by status, Arsenal are bigger. Don't get me wrong, but for me personally, Leicester are a better proposition. That's just how I see it.
They've already strengthened. I mean, like you just said with the players, Edouard, Vardy's not young anymore, so he's a replacement. Samare, young. So if you base it on a squad, Leicester's squad already is better than last season's squad. With those two signings, it's already a better squad than last season. So you're looking at a team and a setup in terms of management and ownership where they're constantly looking to improve. With Arsenal, again, the transfer window is just open, so there's still loads of time. This could be a whole new conversation in 2 months' time where you might completely change your squad together, and on paper it might be even better. But at this moment in time, if you're a player, you're more excited to see what's going on at Leicester than you are at Arsenal. Simple as.
There are what's going on at Arsenal. I agree. Look, I've not said that Arsenal have the better team. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying though is that Arsenal, there is a history to Arsenal. There is a location added benefit to Arsenal in terms of London. So many people added money.
It's just my cousins. I don't know if it's gonna have to.
Are you getting this money, by the way?
What's the message you later on saying? Yo, can you transfer that money back?
Where the money goes to. I haven't got.
It goes to whatever account you've linked in with your Google AdSense.
So it might be my sister's account, so she's buzzing. So
there you go.
I ain't got a clue. But listen, what are your thoughts on this? Obviously, a Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
Rayhan's quite young, to be fair. I don't think he's been.
But he would know, innit? Because
Yeah, exactly.
How long's it been so far? Like, it's 17, already been like what?
17.
17. So only enough for 13 years.
Only, right.
Under that ownership, Arsenal ain't winning a Prem.
Maybe no, probably not. I won't
not under that ownership.
Again, will Liverpool win another Prem? That's
I think
a very good question.
I think they will.
With who?
I think under Klopp they will another time because they've already strengthened in the transfer market with another CB. And again, it depends what sort of Van Dijk you get. But if you bring that team back on, I don't see why they won't challenge again for league title. In fact, I'd happily put a bet on with you, man, to say that if the players who are fit next season with the signing that he's already had, because I rate that centre half from Leipzig, I think he's better than what's his name? I happily bet with you, man, to say that they will challenge for the Premier League next season.
Kish,
I think they'll challenge.
Spurs to get top 4. Let's move on to Spurs because I've seen a lot of people talking about Conte. To be fair, it's kind of it's related to both of you. Just quickly, Arsenal nowhere near the top 4 by Rich. Shout out to Rich. I believe you almost
we were 6 points off the top 4, so nowhere near is wrong, but it is what it is, man.
You got those points after you was already done. Like you were long done.
To be fair, we were only 6 points off top 4, isn't it? So technically we're there as well.
You still finished below Spurs though, which says fucking everything. They're in absolute shambles.
Like how many points off of top 4 were you when it was mathematically impossible for you to get top 4? You was more than 6, and then it was like, oh, cool, we can't get top 4. Let's try and get as close to as possible. It don't matter.
To let players do something like Pepe actually turned up. Because he actually started to play him, which would have been nice.
It's like beating someone like 10-0 on FIFA, and then you get bored. So then you just let them score a whole bag of goals, and then it becomes like 10-8. So, but still, you battered them.
Then the competition doesn't matter, then, right? So might as well get a Super League.
You lot wish there was a Super League. I'm telling you.
I don't.
North London needs Super League.
Can you imagine Spurs defense in that Super League against Mbappe and these mans every week? No, damn.
But I mean, if there is a Super League, I guess West Ham will win the Premiership, but that won't matter then, will it?
No, listen. Of course it will. I'll be loving it. I'll be living it up. Don't you worry about that. You enjoy your Super League. Get out the Prem. Let me have my Premier League.
Let's move on. Before Kale starts punches one through the balls. Referees in the old song. If you know the song, you know the song in it. But it's not punch. But anyways, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more content like this. Let's move on to Tottenham Hotspur and Antonio Conte.
Antonio.
Oh, listen, Tobes as well with that video with Inter. Oh my God, I wish I could play it right now, but I don't have the facilities for that, big man. But it is what it is. Listen, who wants to start? Spurs fumbling the bag astronomically. Who wants to start on this topic? What are thoughts, people?
It's funny.
Kish ain't in a rush. Kish is
not in a hurry.
Kish is gonna dip, man. I'm telling you, Kish, you're right. Is everything okay, man?
Yeah, man. Listen, it's BS. All of it's BS. It was a massive PR stunt. I told you this last night. Season tickets were getting renewed. Everything else, all the new merchandise was on the online shop. And Levy thought, do you know what? I'm going to kid the fans by making them believe they're probably going to get one of the best managers in world football. But in the end, I'm probably just going to say, nah, allow it. It's basically just putting in a bid that never is going to get accepted. If you're going to get Conte, and you're going to have a chance of getting Conte, you need to pay him the money, i.e. his wages, which is probably going to be 15 mil plus. You need to give him all of his staff members that he needs, not just 4. What is this, like your best mates at school or something? Limited, like availability for the bouncy castle. Like, what's wrong with my guy? You need to give him loads of money. And if Harry Kane leaves, which is very likely, you need to give him all of that money. So what's his answer? I'll tell you what, I'll give you 4 staff members. One of them I've already got. So, yeah. I'll give you 3 mil less than what you asked for because I'm Daniel Levy. I can do what I want. Also, that Harry Kane money, I'll tell you what, I'll pocket half of that money and I'll give you half of it back. Now, let's see what you can do. Oh, yeah, and finally, winning trophies is not massive for this club because we've not won anything for 14 years. Oh, sorry, Audi Cup. Sorry about that. Even though we've won the Audi Cup, there's no pressure. You can relax for about 3-4 years on your 12 million a season and you'll be good to go. This club is finished. Board, players, all finished. It needs a recycle job. Pochettino said it years ago. We've got a beautiful house, but we've got IKEA furniture. Nothing against IKEA, but it's not top tier. And where I stand on it is the fact that...
What's to be honest?
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, even worse. All right, you're talking Facebook Marketplace furniture. So it's one of these situations where
go get that Swedish money, man.
What was the point?
As well,
yeah, what was the point? What was the actual point in getting Conte if you're not going to give him the tools? We all know if you give Conte the tools, and I said this to US Man yesterday, rival fans were getting worried, and the reason why they were getting worried is because they thought if Tottenham get Conte, serious danger, because it means that Levy's going to give him the money. Conte is a manager that delivers success. You've seen him win trophies at Juventus, at Inter Milan, at Chelsea. You've seen what my guy can do. So, with that, that it's guaranteed success. And it's a manager in his prime. It's not a manager that's past it. So for you to kid the fans and make them believe something different, to actually then say no, I'm most likely probably going to get Roberto Martinez, whose contract runs out in the summer. It's an absolute disgrace. And for me personally, as a football fan, Harry Kane's going to leave, no doubt about it. We'll be lucky if we get mid-table. We will be fighting against the Newcastles. Like, we will be mid-table. Like, and we'll be lucky if we're mid-table.
If you said Arsenal, that would have been beautiful.
No one's going to turn up. No one's going to turn up. And for me, it's sad because I'm now getting towards a new season, being a fan, thinking, do you know what? What's the point? Like, what is the point? There's no point at all. And you're charging fans £60 a game when all other clubs have either halved it or Burnley were charging nothing. For what? For what? To kid the fans and make them believe that we're going to get one of the top managers and say, actually, do you know what? Allow it. We're not going to do that. We're going to go back to Ten Hag. Oh, no, he signed a new contract. No. We'll go back to Pochettino. No, actually, I've just signed Genie now, so no chance. Graham Potter, do you know what? I prefer staying at Brighton. Literally, I probably got a best chance right now to get him because I'll probably pay him to get the job. Like, it's ridiculous.
I heard Ryan Mason's available on a permanent.
Honestly, listen, I will not be surprised one bit, if my man hires... No. In fact, he won't hire Ryan Mason, Ledley King and Ryan Mason behind him. Like, I would not be surprised one bit if he does that because Levy's got that in his locker. He will always go for the cheaper alternatives. And it's kidding the fans. You've seen it on Twitter. You've seen the fans. Why make the fans believe that, we're fine? Whatever Levy did with the ESL, everything, it literally would have been forgiven with Conte, in my opinion. It would have been. And my guy has fully just bottled it.
I'm telling you, David Sullivan is absolutely impressed by the pure shithousery of Daniel Levy right now. Because I looked at that, I was trying to imagine if our board did that because we've done similar shit, but that was just unbelievable. Yeah, that was impressive.
The worst part of it is Conte in his tweet. I sent you a screenshot of it on the chat. He was surprised how quickly negotiations ended. Like they all said, yeah, now you can have it, and then next day, actually, do you know what? We'll give you 3 million less. It's like what Conte must be thinking? Like, what is going on here? Like, seriously, these men have just given me Ferrari and said, actually, you're gonna have to play around with the Peugeot. Like, where's the Oh, do you know what? Just go to the next guy, man. I can't be
It'd be like if some like fat middle-aged bloke goes up to this 10 out of 10 in the club and he's like, "Oh, listen, love, can I get your number?" And she's like, "Buy me a drink."
Do you know the worst thing is,
I
was backing Levy. Do you remember when Jack was like always slagging off Levy? I was backing Levy by saying, we've got great setup, blah blah blah, and he's actually done well. He's given the managers that we wanted the tools. Nah, allow all of this shit, man. I can't be arsed anymore.
It's honestly, I was one of the fans that was worried. Like, I was looking at his shit.
Why?
Because I know if they got
Antonio Conte, he delivers success.
I know who
so you can get an Italian to actually say the history of Tottenham whilst employed at Tottenham. Come on, bro.
Listen, it's not to listen. No, Conte himself is an absolutely brilliant. That's a fact.
This guy has money.
Oh my god, man.
This Conte always.
Why don't you message me now saying, "Can you give me that money back?"
Usman, you got to split that with Kish as he put it.
Honestly, look, I get he's a brilliant manager as a fact, and he's done wonders with some players that we consider finished. Your Darmians, your Youngs, your Sanchez's.
They were finished, man. Let's not.
No, but he got them performing to a level, and I accept that. Except when you come to Spurs and. Your team is just your team number one. You're talking about furniture and all that stuff, brother. Your furniture is the furniture you find at the back of the block when people throw away the old furniture. That's the kind of furniture you have at the club right now.
Right.
Club's done.
No, but if Conte comes in, you
No,
would think that he would bring in some fresh furniture
we have to stop that. We have to stop that.
and keep the throne that is Harry Kane.
No. Let's stop that. If Kante comes in, because the last manager that came in, you can call him finished or whatever.
Or Conte.
You're talking about giving him the tools to do this and that. That's why you signed a big name manager, and you also fumbled him. Also, you can talk about his football. You can talk about this and the other. You fumbled him also. He got to a final. You sacked him anyway. Like this is just. No. I'm just trying to tell you, Conte would have suffered the same old nonsense anyway. This is a thing that keeps happening at Spurs.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to say Conte.
Yeah, but that's why Conte said no, because Conte is not Mourinho. Conte wanted those assurance written down, and the fact that he couldn't offer that was the difference. Mourinho got sacked by Manchester United, and he wanted to stay in the Premier League. His best option of a move was Tottenham.
Mourinho
Conte's not in that same position.
Hold on. Mourinho, and this is why again it's a Levy problem. And I know you understand that, but this is what I'm trying to say. When Mourinho was sacked by Man United, he went on TV, live TV on Sky Sports, and was talking about. I was given assurances, and they pretty much failed me. So when I sign for a next club, I need to make sure that what I'm being told will be given to me. So when you guys got Levy, you can ask Cahill. Me and Cahill did a pod that wasn't released, and we spoke about the fact I was screaming there like, if you sign Mourinho, then now you're really trying to act like a big man now. You're really trying to spend and all that, and he fumbled that. Whether it's Conte, whether it's Mourinho, whether you bring back Sir Alex Ferguson, that man is not gonna back you for anything. So until that guy goes, you can bring your Contes and that.
Again, I disagree. You need to realize when Mourinho was at Man United, he wanted half of the Tottenham squad. He loved Dyer. He was begging to get Dyer at Manchester United. Let's not deny that. He believed that when he moved to Tottenham, that squad was squad ready to achieve success. Conte's looked to that squad beforehand and said, "Nah, I need money. I need that check."
Again, Kish,
come on.
Mourinho wanting Dyer and Dele Alli 3 years ago.
3 years ago, brother. What the hell?
It's not the Tottenham that he joined now. That doesn't work,
it, bro.
I wanted Lamella when you signed him. 2 years later, I was like, thank God that we didn't get Lamella at this club. Because this is what happens. You watch players develop or not develop, their progress or regress. Your club and your system is finished. There is no plan when you go for managers. That is quite clear at this point, because you've gone from wanting to build something with Pochettino to suddenly going for I need a winner now. Yeah, similar to what we did. We had a manager, we had years success, and it's panic, and that's what's happening there right now.
The problem is though, if you're a top manager now, after you've seen how they handled, handled Conte. Even if you're a Pochettino looking to go back, you're going to want to go after thinking, look, like they're the guy that was serious. As soon as he asked them, they
said no.
Yeah, like to say like, oh, if we sell Harry Kane, can I spend most of the money on new players? No,
they said no.
I can't promise that. I can't. Yeah. Like, so why, if you're a Pochettino or you're a top manager somewhere, why are you going to want to go there? It's only someone that really needs to go there, I think. Or someone like, if it is, say, Potter, right? Obviously, we're talking about why would he leave Brighton? Because still, if he, we're talking about step ups. No, but it's because Brighton, they don't have a history of spending any money. Like, that's what I'm saying. At least he would have some money to spend, and he'd potentially have, okay, I've got Son. We'll see what happens with Kane.
I think he's been massively disrespected. I'm just going to throw it at you right now. Great part. I'm not saying he's a good manager. Oh, I'm sorry. He's a good manager. I'm not saying he's a miracle maker or he's the next Pochettino or one of these guys, right? But I think he's getting disrespected. Honestly, I really do. I think he do a good job at Spurs. Like, they play brilliant football with what he's got at Brighton. He's even made Welbeck look half an okay player. I was about to say decent, but that's a bit too much of a compliment. But
they almost got relegated.
I know they almost got relegated, but you got to actually, if you look at the Brighton games, right, and I'm just basing off the games I watched, it can even include the Man United games. There's no way we should have got 6 points on the season. They should have beaten us.
They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net.
That's out of any team in the Prem.
They haven't got a striker.
Is that not the manager's problem?
What for not finishing it and putting it back in the net? How is that the manager's problem?
Because if your team is constantly doing something wrong game by game, surely you have to find a way to address it.
Yeah, but you need better play. You need better play.
This is I'm saying. This is what we speak about.
Beyond getting better players.
Coaching, no.
They're creating chances.
You have to coach them.
They were creating chances. It's
They
not,
create chances. They weren't burying them.
You can't coach a player to put
And
it
they weren't good at the back. That's why they were conceding
Coach,
goals. They were losing.
if you got Timo Werner up front, you got Timo Werner up front. There's only so much coaching
Okay.
you can do to help.
Yeah.
Like,
They're creating chances, they're not scoring. What about at the back? Because just creating chances, they're conceding goals anyway. And yeah, you are going to concede goals.
Yeah.
I understand Lewis Dunk and that, they're not, I get it. But regardless, defensively, they're not great either.
Don't say that to
And
Southgate.
when you go Tottenham, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez,
yeah, it's
possibly
true.
returning your Juan Foyth, and are not apart from Adovero, but he's older at this point. They're not an upgrade anyway.
Do you know what? I can actually see them getting South. You said Southgate. I can see Southgate getting sacked by England this summer and then going to Spurs. Like I can fully see that.
Hey, don't do that to Kish. Don't do that to Kish.
He's already got a big portion of the England squad there, man.
Listen, there's only so much I can take, man. Mr. Waistcoat can stay away from my club.
We're talking about Eddie Howe's the other name, innit? You got Eddie Howe, Southgate.
I would not be surprised if he gets Eddie Howe because he's free at the moment. He's not listed to a club. He could be like our 10th option and Levy be like, do you know what? I'll give you a 2-year deal, option of another year, and it's literally a win. It's a win for Levy's point. I would not be surprised.
It's just mad. Like you got Tottenham, Wolves, Everton, and Palace now looking for managers. Obviously, Nuno is another manager that's available.
Well. Not looking for a manager as well.
Well, I haven't heard anything about that.
You know the worst part in this situation, what you said, Lawless, is about Kane. The only manager I think in world football that could have kept Kane for at least another season, I think, would have been Conte.
Yeah, I think
Harry Kane's now looking at that thinking, what a Mickey Mouse club am I in? Like I need to get out. That if I was Harry Kane right now, Harry Kane, surely if I was Harry Kane right now, I'd be like, yo, that's sealed the deal for me. I'm off. Like I'm gonna put. If I was Harry Kane, as soon as those negotiations with Conte broke down, I would have handed in a transfer request.
Because I think you're right. I think if Conte signs, Kane looks at it and goes, "Okay, that's interesting. Like, okay, they're showing a bit of ambition. Let me stay one more season. Let's see what we can do with this manager. And if they back him, if they give some other players in, I'm willing to give it another season. And
I don't think that because when Mourinho got sacked, he made clear that the reason why Mourinho got sacked is because they're like leaders and men. In the train, those are words of Kane on the golf pitch.
This is the captain, but that's embarrassing. That's supposed to be the captain. He's supposed to be the leader and the man.
That's the point, though. He can say that. Listen, he wanted our players to stand up and be accounted for, and they didn't do it. And I'm part of that. He can say that. So whether you bring Conte in, you can bring Conte in, but if the man them around you are still the same.
Yeah, but that was the idea, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it would be okay if they
man motivated on it. Jose has that different approach in it, so
that's the thing. I don't feel like a lot of those players are motivated enough. That's the problem.
But that's why he wanted a heck of a lot of money. He wanted
that's why he wanted
because you need to get rid of a lot of these players.
No, absolutely. You need to get rid of
I think you should go for Nuno though, because he's like a lot of players in that club that don't run.
But he's more of a pragmatic manager as well at the same time. Like the DNA that Levy has said throughout is he wants an attacking style manager. So I can see us getting some.
Why is it linked to? Why did he get Jose Mourinho then?
This is what I mean. No. He said he admitted that he made a mistake by getting Mourinho.
Why did he get Conte's not?
Conte's not.
Conte as well.
Conte plays attacking football when he's got the right players in the puzzle.
Yeah.
If he hasn't got those players,
Alistair Gold,
every manager, but they were blaming Mourinho.
Exactly.
Alistair Gold, who's a really good Spurs, said that apparently in his article he said the reason why Conte was an option is because it would be embarrassing for Levy not to look at a manager who's available of that quality. So again, that proves my point. It was a PR stunt. It was never going to happen.
Yeah, but
it
how
was
is
always
that
a PR stunt?
Because if anything, he's just exposed himself.
Of course he has.
Anyone who's got any form of ambition in that club,
he's had the worst 2 months as an owner, and he's been managing us for over 20 years. He had the ESL major mess up. He had the ticket prices, and then he's had the Conte PR stunt. So he simply cannot overturn this now. He can't. Like I don't see how he can win the fans back now. It's over.
But this is the problem. Then your fans go to the stadium and fucking sing that.
Trust me, it'll be volatile. It will be volatile.
And then you got X Factor.
Do you know what? I can't wait because remember when Kish was like, if West Ham fans were in there, they would have been like, let's see.
Well, in fact, if you look at that game against Villa that we played, that first half when we were 2-1 down, the fans booed throughout in the second half. What was the outcome? We lost. the fans definitely weren't cheering the players for the second half. So that actually justified my point that fans booing and fans actually showing anger.
That's
when they weren't
intangible,
booing, you were
man.
losing anyway.
No, but that's what I mean. So we were 2-1 down with one half left,
and then they booed on top. So you're
exactly. So we lost 2. If your fans are motivated,
come on, Kish,
come on, coach. Nah, that's
wait. You're saying if they weren't booing, you would have come back into the game.
if you motivate the players, then you've got a better chance of
your
overturning
players
the
are not
result.
motivated. That's the problem. They're not motivated. You can get them.
Coach, you got a better man. The chairman just said we don't care about winning trophies to Conte. So why would they be? They're just there for a paycheck or a stepping stone. They're not there for any of the reasons. When you go to it, when you get a new job, and in your head, you're in the interview, you're like, yeah, I want to be here for the next 5 years. But in your head, I'm like, you're right. I can't wait to dip in 2 years, man. This is like it's a good stepping stone.
It's like my manager telling me in my job saying, by the way, you can have this job for as long as you want, but you'll never get a promotion. What's the point then? You'll never get a promotion, you never get a pay rise.
And you got them all on like quite low wage caps for a club that's been in the Champions League. And
our highest paid player is Harry Kane, and it's 200 grand a week, which isn't even like if you base it on current terms.
Martial's on more than that.
Like he'll get double that if he goes Man City.
Yeah, you got Aubameyang is on 350 a week.
Anyways, let's move on.
Man like Tony's 300k.
You ain't letting that slide.
Jamel Jeffers is on more money than Harry Kane.
What's big man Phil Jones on? He's on?
He's on 120 as well.
Yeah. Yo, my God.
Harry Kane, that's crazy.
Phil Jones' last game, by the way, he got spun up by Hazard. He's never come back, and he's just been getting paid after paid.
Isn't he allowed to get a testimonial now, Phil Jones?
Yeah, he rejected.
Yeah.
And I said I would do. I'm not even joking.
I thought Arsenal paying Willian 200 grand a week was a joke. Phil Jones 120 grand a week.
Hey, Willian's about to bounce.
Listen, you're gonna put respect on the guy's name. Yeah, the only accolade he hasn't collected in his career is Champions League. He's got Premier League and everything. So you're gonna put respect on my guy's name. You understand? Yeah. Ask Harry Kane what he's won for 200k a week, innit?
Ask Harry Kane what he's won. Ask flipping.
By the way, the PFA Player of the Year. What a joke!
Can we go on to
that
quickly? Just for me personally, I thought Bruno Fernandes should have won it over De Bruyne. I thought it was like banner aside, it had to be Timo Werner.
So this isn't voted for by the players, isn't it? This is
a player. Which is even more worrying.
So all the players were like, just De Bruyne. Like, I don't know, that's weird. Like, how you not give it to Kane?
How was Kane or Bruno not won that? Like, obviously Kane being number one and Bruno's gonna be second, surely. Like he's been scoring every fucking game practically.
But I think it's like a distant second because Kane with them goals and assists and the fact that he's playing in a dead team.
Kane's definitely first, like without a shadow of a doubt. But listen, it is what it is. Obviously, we can't really say too much because the players have voted for him. But listen, let's move on to the last thing, and then we're gonna go into the Euros. Someone's asking who's gonna win the Euros. Lawless wasn't here for that video, so we're gonna get his predictions. I haven't told him this, but he knows now, anyways. What are you guys' thoughts on Haaland potential move to Chelsea? Just quickly, Dortmund have asked for 172 million. And Chelsea's rebuttal, so to speak, was we'll pay whatever it takes to get him. That's what they said. So what are you guys' thoughts on Haaland coming to the Premier League, in particular to Chelsea Football Club? What do you reckon is there?
What Chelsea should do is, since they got like 69 man on loan, when they all come back, drop them 100 million plus. Tell me, Abraham's not on loan, but bring him into it. Lucas Piazon. They might still have Gal Kakuta there somewhere. Who else do you want to throw in there? Who's
the guy that won Football Icon? He's probably still there.
Bakayoko.
I forgot about that you as well. See, now in serious though, Chelsea actually the one club I always say year after year that if they really want someone, they can actually go out there and get him.
Yeah. Especially after the season, like winning the Champions League, that's one. But the 200 million previous. On a team for the future. It could do, but 200 million on a team for the future. That team is built for next 3, 4, 5 years. All they need is that centerpiece. And it seems like if Abramovich isn't too fussed with spending 172 million,
I think they'll get him. I genuinely think they'll get him. I mean, money's not much. Like Kojo said, the amount of youth players that they sell over the years and they get 20, 30, 40, like they get mad amounts of money for these players. He could easily generate that off of Werner plus say 120 million or Hudson-Odoi.
Is Victor Wilson on loan?
Abraham literally looks like he's
he's
West
gone.
Ham. I would not be surprised if Abraham goes to West Ham for like.
Oh yeah, they'll sell Tammy Abraham for 30.
Tyler's 35 mil, 35.
I don't think if they threw in someone like Hakim Ziyech in the deal, they'll get him because he's someone that can like, go after a year. It won't be a problem.
I think
they've also given Giroud another contract, which is a bit weird. I don't know if it's to sell him with a transfer fee.
No, Giroud stays. He likes Giroud. He's a good player, man. He's still got it.
Hudson-Odoi makes sense.
Was that?
Is he still on Chelsea's books, Batshuayi? Is he
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about 15, 20 for him. They can easily generate the money.
Wait, what? 15, 20 million for Batshuayi? No.
Yeah.
No.
15.
Yeah,
Dead player.
He'll go for that.
Dead player.
Someone would pay 15 for him.
Guy can't even get in ahead of Benteke at Palace.
Yeah, Benteke had a
Benteke's
decent season.
Yeah, but Benteke found form though. He found form though.
Yes,
Yeah, by Benteke's standards.
Benteke was the guy before, man.
Yeah.
LeBron James copied Benteke with that celebration, just throwing it out there.
But don't you think that this 772 million for Haaland is a mad like gamble because he could just turn out to be another Werner? Like really?
No.
But let's be right. Come on. Wait. You think it's a guarantee that he?
Oh, my man's making the Champions League.
Nothing's a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee in football. For me,
and the thing is,
it's a guarantee. He'll get.
It's
20
a guarantee. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought he said something else. It's a guarantee he'll get 20 goals. If Werner's got 15 in all comps, he's getting 20.
It's a guarantee he'll get 20.
So you're gonna pay. Wait. You're gonna pay 172 million for somebody who just scored 5 more goals.
I'm saying he's minimum. He's getting 20 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, just 20 Prem goals. 20 Prem goals.
If they sign him, I will even go out and say that I feel like they will be good enough to retain the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's how.
Bear in mind, it's 172 million for a guy who's 21. So it's a long-term investment. You're talking 10
and a potential Ballon d'Or winner as well.
Yeah. They only need one signing, maybe two max. I think their team is pretty stacked. They need a centre back, I'd say, as well, just in case, because Thiago's getting a bit on, obviously. And then they need him because their midfield is stacked, man. They got loads of players there. They got maybe. I
genuinely think they need just Haaland to challenge for the title. In my opinion, I genuinely think Haaland alone gets them to challenge for the title.
The Werner shout, I think that makes perfect sense. Obviously, he was killing it in Germany as well. Dortmund tend to love a player.
I think they should keep Werner, obviously, because he plays well on the left. He just doesn't put it away. I think if he finds he finds the back of the net, he'll score a few goals. But the one that makes most sense to me, especially with Hudson, the rumors about Jadon Sancho. Obviously, you're the guy that's in the know.
We're not talking about Jadon Sancho. He's already coming.
All right, cool, yeah. But Hudson-Odoi to Borussia Dortmund makes sense, especially if Jadon Sancho goes to.
You don't think they should go? Chelsea should go for Kane, like pay less because Kane's obviously going to be cheaper, like quite a bit cheaper.
I mean, look, the age thing.
It's true, but that's what I'm saying. It's cheaper and
Levy will not say Kane to
Chelsea. If Chelsea tried to sign Harry Kane, I think they'd have to offer 150 mil. Whereas if he goes to say another Premier League club, I think it'll be a bit cheaper than that.
Well, if they're told 117 million and they're like, all right, then we'll talk about it. 150 million, they'll be like, all right, cool, we'll talk about it.
But like I said, Kane's 28. Kane's 28. Haaland's 21.
Proven, though.
Kane is 28, and if he gets into a
Haaland
team,
is proven. I don't understand this.
I don't know. I mean, would you pay 170 million plus or 150 plus for Harry Kane at 28?
I wouldn't pay 150
I would drop it tomorrow.
Really?
Bro, if I was a billionaire, I'll call the guy and say, what, you 150? Take it, pay for it. Do it, go, buy him.
I think Levy would be very happy with that.
I mean, honestly, he's pocketing most of it. He's not spending on the clothes.
To have someone who's Premier League proven in a team that aren't as equipped as Chelsea, and someone like that experience as Harry Kane, that's someone who he can bring you immediate success. We have to see if how Haaland
immediate success.
No, but I'm saying he can bring Chelsea immediate success. That's what we're talking about.
They've won the Champions League, so
no, but they want more success, don't they?
But Haaland, I don't understand why Haaland. You don't think Haaland will?
No, I'm not saying I don't think he will. I just don't think he gives you that guarantee.
Yeah, because he's not playing in the Premier League.
He's not playing, and the thing is, he's still young. He might have peaked early.
Nah, he's got.
But that's like saying Mbappe isn't a guaranteed success because he hasn't played in the Premier League. I don't understand it. Haaland is a much better finisher than
Haaland's done
Mbappe
in
as
the
well.
Champions League, man. Haaland's doing the Champions League for me. If you can do it in Champions League, you can do it anywhere, man. That's
No, but I'm
it.
saying he might just say he might have peaked early, like in his career. Like imagine like this is it.
Even if you get 5 years out of Haaland, you're golden.
Yeah, if they can get 5 years and he comes in and he does it, like
he's 20, 21.
the pressure, man, of that price tag, though, man.
Nah,
I think though, every so often you get players that are just elite level. Like you're talking someone that you see every generation, once in a generation, and him and Mbappe are those two players in that mold where we've not seen of that ilk since Ronaldo and Messi. They are of that kind of like stage. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Neymar's below that level, and you get like your Bales and others and Hazard who are below that level. I think Mbappe and Haaland are that kind of seal where you just know that it's guaranteed success for me.
Does Haaland's transfer clause kick in next summer?
Next summer, yeah.
And that's 75 mil. That's 75 mil next season.
Yeah.
Well, no, here's the thing, though. Like,
but this is a
if that kicks in next season, and everybody's going from next season.
If you're
that's like he was buying.
check this though. No way, because let's check this, right? If you're Chelsea and you could potentially spend 170 million this summer, wait until the transfer clause comes in. Yes, everyone's going for it, and you might have to pay more than 75 mil. But you you can outbid everyone. Who's going to bid even close to Chelsea? Tell me what clubs are going to even say Chelsea.
But that activates that cost, that transfer. It's activated by a certain fee, so it doesn't matter who more because it's been activated.
But check this though. It does matter because I tell you why. Yes, it's activated, but still, if another club comes in and pays more, you can still go, well, I'm still going to go with the one who's going to pay more. Yes, they've offered 75 mil, but Chelsea want to pay 120.
You don't pay over, you actually pay the fee.
All right, well, look at Arsenal and Suarez.
Here's the thing. That should have worked. It was banter, but it should have.
Liverpool actually should have accepted that.
They
had to accept it. They went and
no repercussions for not accepting it, though. I feel
I don't know why did that not go to any legal like issues because they paid the clause. How did that?
Did Suarez not reject himself though?
I think he did.
Liverpool rejected Liverpool somehow went behind and rejected the bid, even though they had no right to. So as far as they have the opportunity to talk anyway, and that's when Gerrard started opening his mouth saying, well, she ain't got to Arsenal anyway, that pig. He should go to Chelsea in the first place.
No.
So yeah, that's it. Really.
I'm just gonna add, right? So obviously we all know about the clause, for next season, 75 million. For me personally, right, they're saying 172 million. They are in no position to be branding out all the chips are in Chelsea's camp basically, because it's either you sell him for 120 million, or he's going for 75 million next summer. You're losing out on 50 million for him. Dortmund aren't a rich club. They always tend to sell the players. You see what they're doing with Bayern. They haven't got the luxury to say no to 50 million. And they're one of those clubs that actually spend money fantastically well. So they would actually replace him.
See, I disagree with that because if Monaco sold Mbappe for about 170 odd million to PSG and it's Monaco,
different scenario.
I'm sure there's not really.
There's no clause.
No, but Dortmund is still in a good situation this season because it can be a bidding war.
No, they can't.
Because every European club in world football wants Haaland. Like do you know what I mean?
I feel like this is all bluster. This is all them just saying that we want 170 blah blah blah. That's what we want, but they'll take a lot less than that.
120, 130 is a lot of money still for them.
Wouldn't surprise me though if they did what they did with Sancho when they secretly gave him a new contract, and then suddenly
with Raiola, come on now.
You think Raiola? If we put Raiola in Raiola's pocket, they can't be. In terms of increasing the clause, so instead of 52 million, it suddenly shoots up to like 90. That's what I'm talking about. Rather than
De Ligt has a clause as well where next year his fee goes down as well to buy. Raiola does that.
Apparently they're trying to do a deal pretty much with Barcelona, so that's even a thing.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I can imagine he'd suit Barcelona, but Raiola is just a pagan, isn't it? Like he's the virus of football.
The thing is, right?
This
is my question for you, Osman and Kojo, right? So say hypothetically, if Chelsea get Haaland and Man City get Kane, do you then have to go out for Ronaldo? Because there isn't anyone else.
We'll just give Marcel a bumper contract.
What's the? No, I would love to get
Because Ronaldo, even though his age, he still guarantees you 20 plus Prem goals.
Yeah, but then Bruno's going to lose about 10 goals a season.
Has he?
What's the fucking point?
I think Ronaldo does.
I do believe that. I do believe
goals?
Ronaldo will get you 20 here, but again,
Ronaldo would home for those 20 fucking goals.
Yeah, but no.
I personally, the only reason I'll be taking him is on pure sentiment. There's no logic behind us taking.
Yeah, but do you not think he would get the goals? Do you not think he would score the goals?
United are scoring goals though.
Why we kept Cavani then? Like we can't have both of them.
No, but there's Cavani and then there's Ronaldo. Again, this is what I said. Yeah. Ronaldo's another level above. Do you know what I mean?
Cavani's not playing every game and 90 minutes of every game.
Yeah, but Ronaldo's going to demand to play every game. He's not going to sit on the bench.
He still plays Morata at Juventus with Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's why he wants to leave.
He doesn't want to leave. He wanted to leave because the setup with Pirlo and everything, not winning trophies.
Well, we'll see what happens now.
I think it's out of sentiment and loyalty to players. That's why you won't take him, because you're worried about, we can't let Cavani be on the bench. We can't let Bruno not get as many goals.
No. It's not them two. It's someone else.
It's Martial. Oh no, we're gonna get no game time.
Man like Toby.
Imagine that.
Listen, the Bruno thing was obviously a joke, but the Cavani thing is I suppose the Martial now, but it's not even that. I just think Ronaldo come to the club, I would love it. Fuck it to sign him, man. Fuck the argument. Right, just to bring
it puts pressure, doesn't it? It does put pressure on the board if that happens. If those two teams sign those
there's rumors that he wants to come back. Someone said he wants like 600k a week. Like fucking hell.
Man, he would do, honestly, he'd make a bigger impact than Zlatan. You got Zlatan, and
he's so hungry to score goals.
Can you imagine Ronaldo's celebration at the Stretfenenko? Oh my god. Yo, I would be like, I can tell you what it would be like, and I'm not gonna lie. I celebrated when Henry came back and scored. I celebrated. I'm not.
If you didn't, you're a hater. If you didn't, you're a hater.
I celebrate.
I celebrate.
Imagine in your dreams, Imagine he scores his first goal, celebrates, and Alex Ferguson's there in the box looking at him, saying, "That's my boy." Imagine that. Imagine the seeds. Imagine the seeds.
Give Ollie Ronaldo and watch him win
the Premiership. Yeah, absolutely.
If we get Ronaldo, you're right, and Ollie fucking fluffs it, I swear, Lord, you're gonna get killed. Then you got no excuse. You're gonna make up something. But yeah, Ronaldo do X, Y, and Z. It's not his fault. We'll come up with something else. But listen. Let's talk the Euros. We had so many comments about people saying about Euros. I'm lying. There was that one guy, but he's not even here anymore. But it's where it is. Let's quickly just finish on the Euros. Loris hasn't given any of his predictions, and basically wanted to have the opportunity to do that because I don't want him to later say on the WhatsApp group, "Well, I predicted X, Y, and Z to do this." So I think we did dark horse. Who you think's going to win it? What was it? Dark horse. Who you think's going to win it? Who's going to flop?
Flop. Yeah.
So.
Top scorer as well, right?
Yeah, we'll go through. And also we'll give the lads a chance to change their minds because obviously it's not in written stone, is it?
Just PS Lawless. If your top scorer isn't Goran Pandev, you're a pagan.
North Macedonia shout out.
That 10 pace.
Please tell me no one predicted Belgium to win it. Because every single year, everyone's like, Belgium. And Belgium do nothing. Everyone hypes Belgium.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not going to lie. I'll have to rewatch the video.
They've still got Alderweireld and Vertonghen at centre half. So
I feel like I'll put Belgium as my dark horse. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why. I can't, but I changed that on Twitter. But anyways, I'm waffling. Notice, what have you had to think about first? We'll start with who you think's going to win it because I feel like you probably know that one off the top of your head.
Yeah, I didn't even know dark horse was coming, but I feel like France are best equipped to win it based on the players that they've got. I'm trying to think of all the different teams. They're the most complete team. They're the best equipped. I really think that they'll win it, honestly.
Fair. What was the other one? Oh, biggest flops. We'll let it because obviously you still think about dark horse. So who do you think's going to flop the most? Obviously, just to reiterate, this is a team that has somewhat expectations on them. You know, not just any fucking old team, like, I don't know, North Macedonia or some shit. Like, didn't have any expectations. So who do you think's going to flop? Well, Italy's a dark horse.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Germany's ruthless.
I would have said Spain, but now they've called up for now. I was like, no, I can't say Spain. I can't say Spain are gonna flop. Do you know what? I'm sure everyone probably said the same thing.
I think we said Spain actually. I think
we did.
Said
I know.
What, the flop.
I said Holland. I said Holland.
I said Holland as well.
Yeah,
Holland's
I
a
think Coach
shout.
just said Holland.
No, Belgium are a good shout, I think, for the flop. For the flops.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair
wow.
enough,
For the
fair
flop.
enough.
I was leaning towards England, but thinking about it, Belgium. Like I said, everyone hypes them up every single tournament. And,
Well, De Bruyne is
Belgium, and they
not
don't do
fully
anything.
fit as well, so they've only got Lukaku at the moment, really. From like De Bruyne, Hazard,
And Benteke. Is
Oh, yeah,
Benteke
of
called
course.
up?
Yeah,
Hey?
that celebration, man. We need to
Has
see
he been
that.
called up? Because he probably deserves to be called up. Yeah,
He has been called up. He's in the team.
He has been called up.
Oh,
So
what a
is Batshuayi from his fantastic season.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, we're gonna finish on England chat. Don't worry, give us a second. We're just gonna get this one. And last but not least, your dark horse.
The dark horse. You know what? I feel like I'm gonna say I think Czech Republic. You know, where they got Souček, Soufal. I think they could go far. They've got that Alexander Krajc. They've got some players in there. Like if I'm gonna say dark horse,
I would agree with that. If
They want to watch out for. We'll put them under one to watch out for.
Yeah, I can't put any respect on England's name of being dark horse or anything.
All right, so you haven't even said anyone, but we'll let you think about it.
Because I said
Oh,
Czech Republic.
All right, sorry.
I'll go Czech Republic. Yeah,
Right,
I'm going to say that.
I'm just gonna give anyone who, because I just realized when I watched the video back, I was like, we didn't really talk much about anyone. Like, if anyone's got any players that they want to just shout out, because obviously it's good to look back and say, I called it one of them ones. If anyone's got any players apart from Pandev, obviously, that they want to shout out.
Is there anybody else?
No, do you know what? Top scorer, I think Kane will do it again on a load of penalties, and he'll score like a hat trick against Scotland, and all of these sort of teams. Like Kane, no, Scotland ain't making it out of that group.
Yeah,
no chance. Like no, but that's what I'm saying. Kane's gonna stat pad again, and he's gonna win the Golden Boot. Like I said, score a bag of goals against Scotland. Score penalties. Keep Henderson away from penalties. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, honestly, what the F was that about? Like, what kind? He gets lauded about his leadership. That was embarrassing. I thought that was me and Kish have already spoken about it, but I thought that was so selfish of Henderson to take a penalty off a young lad who's going into a cup competition when you need him to have somewhat confidence. I'm not saying that he'll be reaping confidence after scoring the penalty against Romania, but it's just nice to get one in, like in the back of the net, sort of thing.
Yeah, and when that had been his first international goal,
no, he scored one already. He scored one.
Oh, one, yeah,
still when he was on that mad run for Everton at that time.
But he's the only backup striker, so surely you'd want to keep his confidence high, no?
Yeah.
We've got a top scorer Immobile from Italy. I think
somebody said that. Yeah, somebody said that.
I said Griezmann, just so you know, Lolas. I said Antoine Griezmann. And then literally the day after he scored that banger, and I was like, no what? I love Griezmann. I was so devastated when we did that.
I said Italy are my dark horses. I think they've got really good squad.
Has anyone talked about Germany? Like,
we were praising Germany quite a lot. I think Germany are a team that obviously shout out to
could be a dark
Aaron,
horse.
who spoiled them.
You can't consider them dark horses.
What was that? Okay.
You can't really consider Germany as dark horse.
I don't know if their squad though is where the levels that it was in the past when they were winning the World Cups. Though I think that it's not. You don't look at them.
Quite talented, man. It's quite talented.
You know what? If you actually look at the players, we went through it on the stream, and they've actually got a lot of Bayern Munich players in there, like first team Bayern Munich players. And you think about it, you know what? They could definitely do something. So for me, personally, they're definitely a shout. But listen, I want to finish the show on England.
But yeah, fuck Henderson.
We're gonna finish the show in England. Yeah, I agree with that comment wholeheartedly. I don't know if someone's put it in the chat or he just said it randomly, but it's what it is. First and foremost, before we get to England, there's only a matter. I need to explain why I'm not supporting them anymore because I can't support racist bastards. Booing, taking the knee. This is what the third time England have played. And every single time they've booed, taking the knee. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll still be happy if England do well, but it's absolutely pathetic. Like, it's embarrassing. A grown-ass fucking Voldemort-looking man sat in front of his TV, recorded himself, booing. Like, about 70 years old. Go and feed your fucking kids, you dumb prick, and stop recording yourself, booing, taking the knee for like 5 seconds, and he couldn't even hold his breath for more than 4 seconds because he stopped after 3 seconds of useless twat. So like, what the hell is going on with these EDL wannabe fucking members coming out and posting shit online with the Union Jack fucking photos, thinking the big man? Like, you're embarrassing yourself. And half the players are of ethnic minority, and you're fucking lucky they're playing for you because they should be playing for the African countries. And if they weren't playing for you, you'd be fucking shitter than Scotland. So relax with the racism bullshit. Like, it's absolutely embarrassing. Like, how many times? Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times every single time.
Well, you know the biggest example, the biggest tweet that I saw on Twitter is the fact that you're basically booing someone like Rashford, who has tried so much to feed homeless kids, and you're booing someone who's actually trying to help the country and help the nation. Like, how embarrassing can you get?
But here's the thing. Here's what they say, and this is where I saw something that was really good. Actually, someone put up, because they say we're not booing the players, we're booing the movement. It's Marxist. I don't know what fucking Marxism is, but they say Marxist, and then they say like we don't want any politics in football. And someone made a good point for the people that keep talking about they want to get politics out. All the songs they do about 2 World Cups and 1 World War, IRA, all of these things, all these songs that they sing, all these political songs. And all of a sudden now they're taking a knee. You want to get politics
out. Every November.
The political as well. The Poppy's political as well. Like
Poppies every November,
There's players that don't want to wear the
Who's that guy? The Irish son? Is it?
I can't remember who it was. He didn't wear it,
McLean, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't wear it.
Like,
obviously,
it's different every November.
Singing the national anthem is political.
Absolutely.
All national anthems are. We're singing Rule Britannia.
You start every game by singing the national anthem. That's political. That's got nothing to do with the football game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so most of the chances are political. But yeah, I was laying in bed and I was on my phone because I heard about doing something. I typed in like Marxist whatever thing because I wanted to see how many of these sort of EDL guys are all of a sudden experts on Karl Marx, right? Just for a laugh. And I come across this video and I literally just fucking started dying of laughter when I saw him. And he's sitting there in his living room and he's filming going, boo, boo. And I'm like, this is a grown ass man. He gives bald people a bad name. I was disgusted at the same time, you know. People might associate me with that guy.
Yeah, I'm
not having it.
I thought it was your twin brother for a second. I had to look twice.
We need to go and round these people up and put like glue wigs to their heads because we don't want to associate them as part of the bald community. Yeah, we need to force them, kick them out.
The hair people don't want to associate. You can keep them. We got big runs in. I think the fans were booing Southgate, not the players. I completely disagree. It was the timing of the booing is that video. Him in particular is quite evident what he's booing. But the timing of the booing is every time on the knee. You've seen it with the Premier League games as well. Yeah. I can't remember what team it was in the Premier League. There was booing Wolves. There you go. There was a few teams that came back and. This point was made in the WhatsApp group by my brother, and I'm going to shout him out here. Where is Gary Neville, the prick, now? Where is the energy on media to stop this? When it was the Super League, man was all over it. Man was, we need to do a Sky Sports special. We need to do X, Y, and Z. We need to all unite. It doesn't matter if you're BT. It doesn't matter if you're BBC. It doesn't matter if you're ITV. But it doesn't matter if you're Sky Sports. We got to unite like with the fucking Avengers, and we got to stop it because it affects our pockets. It don't affect your pockets. You don't give two shits. No. Simple as that. Get the fucking fans that booed in the stadium banned for life. They're absolutely fucking vermin, mate. Get them out.
I gotta say, I rate the fans obviously that was standing around them, that was cheering and clapping to try and drown out. Do you know what I mean? So you got to at least shout out to those fans who did that.
Obviously, shout out to them. But
the one important thing to note is it's not everyone. It's not all the fans. Absolutely. It's a section. It's a minority. It is a minority, but that minority need to be punished because unless you punish that, then it's going to continue to happen for future games. The Euros is actually going to be
Is it a minority though? Is it?
I was going to say that because
I think it is. For the games, I genuinely think it's a section.
One second, Kish. Is it a minority though? Because it's not. If you look at how many fans are allowed in the stadium, and then you look at how many are booing, is a quite big chunk of the actual percentage. So let's just say.
I don't know if we can quantify it. Though.
Yeah, but hypothetically speaking, let's say 2,000 fans are allowed in the stadium and 50 are booing. So 50 people out of 2,000 are racist, basically. Because that's,
Yeah,
that's what I
So that's still a minority, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that is still is a minority.
It's still, for me,
If it was if it was half of the crowd that was doing it, or even a quarter, then it's no longer a minority.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of people. Like, obviously, yeah.
It is
No, not to say that it's
that still classes a limited amount of people.
I mean, it's more than I would expect. Like that.
I mean, obviously, it'll be interesting once we have the full stadiums, and if they do it, then it'll be more interesting.
It'll be finished before that. But the thing that's going to come into question.
What do you mean it'll be finished? What, the kneeling?
Yeah. Once we get full fans, you should have. Were you here? You should have been here for the.
Harris, you need to
Harris missed it.
Harris, you need to watch the first 20 minutes of the show, bro. You're gonna
absolutely.
No, not the first 20. Watch the first 45 minutes, Harris.
exactly.
Really, on the kneeling,
went on one.
They have to categorically make sure that the kneeling doesn't end by the time the full stadiums. They need to make sure that to carry it on to stand up to these people.
I guarantee it's gone next year. It's gone after the Euros.
Yeah,
the funny thing that's going to happen is how they're going to respond to every European nation booing this knee, because it's going to happen. There are going to be fans in the stands. There are going to be boos.
Those Eastern European countries.
It's not just Eastern Europe, because England and Western Europe, they were very vocal. They were very vocal. So you got to think about France. You got to especially think about Spain, especially Italy, Germany as well. So there are a whole bunch of these nations that are going to boo. What are UEFA and what are FIFA going to do about it?
Fuck all, mate. Fuck all.
That's the question that FIFA and UEFA need to be asked.
Stopping racism is not a financial gain, hence why it doesn't matter.
Of course, no, I understand. Don't get me wrong.
ESL is a financial gain, so it
absolutely. But here's it's either just, which we all know has been 2, maybe 1.5 years of absolute pandering from every football association for that time, which we all know it is, or they're actually going to do something. I don't know, but I do know. But it is what it is, man. They need to answer.
What would you want them to do, Kel? I know it's a very open, very loaded.
I don't think it's what I want them to do. It's a very open question. I honestly don't know. They could ban people from the stadiums, but then again, you just see all the hate.
I think you should kick them out and then let.
But if you kick those out, then 100 more are gonna.
I think before every spectator goes to a football game, has social media, you ID them. They have to enter the stadium. They have to have some kind of ID, whether it's a driver's license or passport. Then you can automatically.
That's a bit.
For me, yes, it's a high end, but at least that way.
But target the corporate. When you buy the tickets, your ID's there anyways. You don't need to.
Yeah. But the problem is though, and listen, I would love to ban all of these people in, but from a legal standpoint, can you ban them for booing? Because
no, you can't.
At the same time,
it's an anti-racist sentiment. But
the thing is, imagine I'm saying from a legal standpoint. Imagine it's in court. And go right, you're banning you, and they challenge it, and you go. All right, I booed. You don't know what I was booing. You don't know the intent of buying what I was booing. All it was a boo. There's nothing. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's not tangible enough.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
Yeah,
but
a lot of the.
Apart from that,
how did Chelsea prove that a whole bunch of those people that they banned for life when Raheem Sterling was
because they were doing what was it, monkey chants or something?
Yeah, they said actual racist words. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How did they get the concrete evidence? They couldn't have the concrete evidence.
They had camera.
There was social media footage where you could see fans saying it.
But then there could be social media footage of these fans booing.
Yeah, but that's
there were cameras on them as well.
You can prove they're booing, but I'm saying. Yeah,
you can't prove you can hear it, but you don't know if they're doing for that reason.
Yeah,
the intent.
If you're doing things like monkey chants and you're actually name calling a particular terminology, then yes, you can then do that. But if you're just booing as a fan, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, there's not much you can do.
The act of booing itself isn't racist, but we all know that the people booing are most likely racist. But there's no provable. It's just weird though, because the people that don't agree with it, like. The kneeling don't affect you. They kneel there for like 10 seconds. And go on with the game. Like
it doesn't affect you for a game to start.
It's 8 seconds of my time.
8 seconds.
It's mad, and they're like, "No, it's Marxist."
That's what I mean. It's 10 seconds, but when you're doing a minute, when you're doing a silence for someone, that's a minute. But people are still quiet for the whole minute.
It's dead silent.
Why can't you do 10 seconds? Why can't you do 10 seconds?
No one's even asked them to be silent. They're just asking you to just not boo.
Just don't say anything.
But do you know what? Here's the thing. but from like, if you're a proper England fan, yeah, and this is what I'm saying, if we get to the point where the games are coming up, like what's the next game? It's England versus Croatia. You're booing, and as much as they say they're not booing the players, it's towards the action of what the players are doing. How do you think that sets them up mentally for trying to then go and?
If I'm a player, right, on that pitch, right, let's just say I'm Raheem Sterling, for example, someone who's had a lot of racial abuse towards him from the English media, the general sort of consensus he's had from the English, press, the fans, it's not been good. He's never really been welcomed until late. And if I'm stood there, playing my first game, look, don't get me wrong, as a professional, you're still going to give your all, but subconscious at the back of your head, you think, fuck these mother lovers. Like,
but as well, even people like Kane or whatever who maybe aren't as effective, but mentally, like you're putting negative vibes into the players. Like you're starting off on a negative by booing. Absolutely. And how are they supposed to be motivated and get them and like, let's go for it? Like
it'll be interesting to see what players like Kane do, because Gary Neville said in a recent interview that when he was in the England setup, he saw it. He saw people like Sol Campbell and Ashley Cole receiving racist abuse from fans. But he turned an eye because he didn't know what to do. Now, you can't tell me that that's the truth. I mean, you support your players. He said he never confronted, he never supported, he never had, a hand over the shoulders. So it'd be interesting to see with everything going on now, if a player like, say, Harry Kane, if Sterling received racist abuse.
I think we are living in a different time.
That's what I mean. So I think with the times now, it's changed. Yeah. I'd hope that players like your Hendersons and your Kanes and these sort of so-called leaders would be in support rather than not do anything.
Look, we all know that walking off the football pitch nowadays is deemed more acceptable than I imagine 10 or 15 years ago. So if racist abuse is volleyed at any of these players and none of them walk off, then they're part of the problem.
So you just can't let these people win, and that's why, like, whatever you want to say about the knee, even people that are pro Black Lives Matter who thinks the knee, whatever you think about it has to resume. Because these people don't want it to resume. So you can't let them win. Keep doing it and say, well, look, you just have to deal with it or don't fucking come to the games.
Simple as that.
Stay at home.
They can't start. Just quickly, Ron, you ever play Sunday League, enough races and stuff. Listen, I've been racially abused so many times at Sunday League, you have absolutely no idea. Especially being a Pakistani as well. Like, one thing being an ethnic minority, I'm sure Keith would be able to understand this, but being a Pakistani in football, people don't understand how bad it is. It's like how the way the women are treated in the sense that they're not respected. We get every stereotype. The amount of times I've been called taxi driver on the side, I laugh it off. It is what it is. That I've been called everything on the sun, and it's just like it is what it is. Like you can't do.
When I used to play for the football team at uni, I got called the P word virtually every Wednesday.
I know. You did as well.
Every Wednesday.
Now you know how it feels to be me, Kish.
But
listen, let's actually talk about the England team. Again, I know it's been a long show, so we're not going to dwell on it for too long. Coach had a long day as well. God bless his soul. So Coach just got.
I think Cahill needs to lie down after that passionate.
I know. We're gonna keep it short because I'm sure.
No, after Kojo's passionate rant in defence of Arsenal, he needs to lay down.
Exactly.
Kojo considering something. That three midfield, that duet,
Yeah.
We've got away with it today, me and you, bro. I think it's the West Ham colours, isn't it? It must be. But just quickly regarding England. First and foremost, I was going to call him Harry Winks, so I forgot his name. Ben White? Ben White's been called. Is that his Ben White, right? Ben White. Ben White's been called up for. I don't even know who the fuck he is. Ben White's been called up. Obviously, plays for Brighton, centre back, all that good stuff. I saw Aaron tweet something. Shout out to him, which was quite funny. He basically called him this about 2 weeks ago, and on top of that, he said, "Watch Ollie try signing now because he's an international. Definitely gonna happen." But yeah, listen, let's get into it. What are your guys' thoughts on him getting called up? Does this kind of signify that Maguire's not fit? Because it's quite clear Mings can't defend to save his life. And what are your guys' thoughts on the whole situation?
I really rate Ben White highly. I think he's a really good centre half. Again, he's not proven to the higher end, but I think defensively, he again, Championship for Leeds last season, this season for Brighton. A lot of the times I watched a lot of the Brighton's games, he himself was very solid at the back. And the game that he played the other day, again, not the best of oppositions, but he did more in that game than Mings and the other defenders have done. I mean, Mings is a disaster waiting to happen, and with Maguire not being fully at the races, you're going to need a partner with Stones most likely, and I wouldn't be too upset with him. Albeit, I mean, I know me and you spoke about this, Usman, yesterday, but
where's Tomori and Conte? Like,
that's what I mean. Yeah, again, and it's like, where are these players? And I feel sorry for Ward-Prowse as well, because I don't know if you guys watched the game yesterday.
He's been robbed. What about Lingard?
Really well.
Lingard, yeah.
Lingard and Ward-Prowse have been completely robbed. It's almost like if Southgate brought Dele Alli and said, well, he used to be a good player, well, he'll still do it. Like, it's pure status. Like, I was pissed that Trent was in the team, but that's obviously might be biased.
Why is he taking injured players like Henderson or Maguire?
Not fit. They're not fit.
Yeah,
they're both not fit.
That's what I'm saying.
I rate Ward-Prowse so highly. England score from set pieces, man. Like, you need someone like Ward-Prowse who's got that delivery. He's going to hit. It's like Beckham. He's going to hit the money every day. Yeah, Trent's injured, so unless you're going to put Trippier in the first team or bring him on, Ward-Prowse for me.
Do you not know, Kiv? He's playing Trippier, Kyle Walker, and fucking James together.
Oh yeah. A back six, yeah.
Oh my god! Why? He's such a fraud, man. He's like, I feel like someone said that I watched Ollie all season. Now I have to watch this prick. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the problem? What's everyone's thoughts on the whole situation? Like Henderson being there, Maguire's there. Like, what's England's best formation? Because like for me personally, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. It has to go on the two, but he's taking about 90 right backs. It's not going to be the case, is it?
3-4-3, man. It's got to be 3-4-3.
That's what he's going to go for. But he's going to want to utilize the defenders. Ben White being in there has nothing to do with Maguire or Henderson. He has a fetish for defenders.
He was one, to be fair.
No, exactly. And
not a good one, but he was one.
Shit one.
And then in terms of the formation and what he's trying to do, honestly, at this point, I actually don't know, because when you look at the team, I don't think he can find a balance in that team. I don't know if because he doesn't know his first 11. With England in the past, when you had a selection of team, at least you knew the starting 11 when everyone was fit. Maguire is just taking up space for someone that's not fit and he's not going to play. He's taking up space for no reason.
It's embarrassing, man.
And Henderson has not played in 6 months. And yes, he did play in the previous games, so maybe he'll catch up to match fitness. But you're going into a competition where there's no time to catch up to match fitness. You need to be on the ball from the jump.
Absolutely.
So taking someone like
Roy Keane yesterday was hilarious as well.
No, but I liked what he said, because
absolutely, yeah.
Like, all this thing about you need these people in the camp. What for?
He doesn't do magic tricks. That's what he said.
We haven't learned from the past. We always take players that aren't fully fit. Ledley King, Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen. Like, the list goes on. Like,
do you know the difference is between taking? Yeah, but the thing is, we're taking like a Wayne Rooney, an Owen, or a Beckham when they're injured. They're game changers. Like, whatever happens, if you keep them there,
that was my point. What was
Henderson, Maguire, they're not people that you can you can bring off of the bench and they can make things happen. Like Rooney, you've got him there. Okay, cool. We might have to play the first couple of games. You sit out. Once we get into the third game, we're gonna start bringing you off the bench. Bang, you can make something happen. Like, that's the mentality of these are big game players. Whereas like Henderson. What does he offer?
Maguire, I can understand more, because out of a poor bunch, Maguire probably is the best defender.
I mean,
but Henderson, I don't get. Henderson, I do not understand. He's not a game changer. He keeps possession. We have so many possession footballers. So why is he in the squad?
I mean, how is Henderson going to play realistically? Like, he's not.
Well, he's going to have to. Surely he's going to have to. He'll play.
Phillips plays like Phillips, and these guys have had a good season. Like, surely Henderson not fully fit. Henderson shouldn't.
You know the way England.
Even Bellingham should be starting over half of these guys. I think he's quality.
Like, but it's historical, isn't it? You every year there are players. Every tournament there are players in there based off of name and not form.
Yeah,
every year. So
it's making up the Liverpool quota.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. So I guarantee Henderson will play over Nat Phillips.
Listen, we'll go into more detail in England, because obviously they are going to be playing next Sunday. I almost forgot actually. I have actually. Well, let's quickly get Darren's comment. Henderson could be on his deathbed and still play.
I really wouldn't be surprised if England don't make it out of the group. That wouldn't surprise me. Looking at the group, we know England can't beat Croatia.
Grealish is going to save them. Grealish is going to save
I
them.
think England are going to be flopping. I think they're going to be panicking. I said draw to Scotland, L to Croatia, and win to whoever the other. Oh, what's this? Whoever the other team is, I can't remember who they got in the group now. Who was the third team in England's group?
It was Czech Republic, Croatia, and
right.
Scotland.
Oh, right. Okay. So Czech Republic, your team got Suchek header. But listen, I'm waffling. So what we're going to do is I've copied this. What's that noise? I don't know what that is. Is that culture? I don't even know.
No, that was
It's my girlfriend's watching random videos on Instagram.
Sorry,
you know when you don't realize the volume's up. Like,
okay, that's fine. I thought it was something to do with that's fine. Right, okay. So we're copying another YouTube channel, Big Six, I believe they're called. Turkish channel. That's it. You guys all know what that is. Right, okay. So we're copying.
He told me he was going to kick Spurs out and bring West Ham in to the show. So Tobes' position is not safe.
Yeah, to be honest, it does make sense. You need to get Leicester in first before you get you guys in. I'm just saying. But anyways, what we're gonna do is everyone's gonna pick a number that they're gonna get. What do we reckon? 3 or 4 teams? 3. Okay, so everyone's gonna get 3 teams. These are the 3 teams that basically they're gonna represent them in the competition, so to speak. Of course, we're supporting our own team, which by the looks of it, everyone's English or supporting England. But anyways, we'll start with you, Lawless. I've done all the numbers. I've mixed up to some extent. 1 to 24, so you only got 3. So we'll do one at a time, and so it's fair. Innit? So what?
I'll pick any number.
Any number you want.
All right, I'm gonna pick 8. I'm gonna pick the number 8.
Right, number 8 is Finland. Fantastic. Okay, let me just put Lawless's name next to that.
The poor man's Iceland. They'll be doing this.
Sorry, you got 2 more. You got 2 more. Koja, what you saying? What number?
I'll go for 15.
15. Croatia.
All right.
Okay, so the way it's gonna work is just in case, obviously I'm playing as well. I'm gonna let one of them pick my number for me because obviously I've got the spreadsheet in front of me. Kale, what number are you going for?
I'll go 3.
Number 3 is Turkey.
Yilmaz, bro. Yilmaz is my guy, so let's go.
Yeah, they got some decent players.
Cantore.
Kish, what you said? No, Oza should have went.
Chance Under.
But Oza should have went over to Turkey.
I'll go for the last team, 24.
That's Germany. The funny thing is, right? I actually forgot one team, and I didn't know what team it was, and I thought I was speaking to Lawless. I knew he wasn't listening to me, and then I said, "Oh shit, they're a good team." He didn't hear me, so it was Germany. But anyways, so I'll let Lawless pick my number. I don't know if anyone's gonna reply in the chat, but if you guys throw numbers down, I'll let you choose mine. But Lawless, go on, pick my number for me. What number am I getting?
All right, I'm gonna pick for you. Number 7, David Beckham for you.
I fucking knew you were going to give me 7. I fucking bottled it. I knew you were going to get 7 as well. Fuck's sake, I've got Holland.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I know, but that's the team I said.
Could have Finland.
Obviously, Teapot De Boer.
No, but it's the team that I've been slagging off like the last 3 days. So, but look, Memphis Depay is my boy. Anyways, Lawless, pick your number. What are you going for?
All right, I'm sticking with I'm going to pick 19, my birthday, 19th of June.
I don't know what that is. 19. Scrolls down. And it's crashed. Oh, there we go. 19. England!
Oh, fuck.
Conte, what number are you going for, bro?
I need to...
Let's go number 10.
Number 10, Italy.
I'll take that. Croatia and Italy. Oh, yeah. Good so
okay, Koja's currently winning, I think, by the looks of it. Kale, what you saying? What number are you going for?
I'm going to introduce some Vavavoom. 14.
Ukraine.
Vavavoom indeed.
Vavavoom.
Kish, what you saying?
Football, that. Number 12.
Number 12, Portugal.
Oh, Germany and Portugal, you know.
You're Kish, okay, you're clearly good luck. Can you pick my number, please?
Wait, are they both in the same group as well?
Yeah, but you know.
Nice.
Oh yeah, peak.
That's interesting. No, it's good. It's interesting.
Kish, pick my number for me, please.
I'll pick 18 for you.
Motherfucker, Poland.
Hey, you got
Lewandowski.
I've got a couple of gunmen in there. You know,
Fabianski in goal.
Fabianski, big man thing.
Flappy Yansky.
And Milik as well. Fabianski's better than your keeper that you haven't got because Leno's leaving. Anyways, Lawless, pick your team number.
I'm going to stick with a birthday theme, so I'm going to go 6th for obviously the month of June, and Bobby Moore, number 6.
Right. Well, you're going to be Danish. Denmark.
Oh, fuck, man.
That's not bad.
Have you got all
I've got Finland, Denmark, and England.
That's, it's interesting. Right, we might have like 3 numbers spare. So if anyone's in the chat, we've only got 4 viewers actually. So if you all want to put a number in at the end, I'll let you guys have one as well, obviously. Kojo, what are you saying?
Let's go with 1. Why not?
Switzerland.
Yeah, okay.
I knew number 1 was just the one to avoid.
You know what? Number 1 was going to be the best team. I thought, nah.
No, Switzerland's an all right side. I'll take it. Why not?
No, I was going to put France number 1, but I thought, nah.
Shaqiri. Safarovic.
Really? That's it.
Kale, you really need a good team here, bro.
I do. You know what, Usman? Whichever number North Macedonia is, give it to me.
It's actually funny because someone in the comments has just put the number 13 down, and it's Macedonia. So
I'm taking 13 then. Let's go.
Do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing is, Usman? Right? If you let me pick the next one for you, I was gonna pick 13 for you. If you let me pick the second one, so lucky you give it to Kish.
Yeah, to be honest, I'll tell you what I got. Kish, go on. If you get France as well,
What numbers are left?
Loads. I'm not gonna say them because I might.
All right.
It's quite a lot left.
Is number 8 being picked?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, Finland.
Number 4. Is it France? Don't piss around now. Come on.
I swear to God.
Come on.
I swear to God, it's France.
Oh, fuck this guy.
I don't know if I can show my laptop. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
I was feeling number 4, man.
I don't know if you can see it. It's fucking
I can see it. Yes.
Fucking
My birthday theme let me down, man.
So who have I got?
Portugal,
Germany, and France.
Portugal, and Germany.
That's
we should just go. It's a wrap.
I'm surprised. Yo, should we do a stake for this or what?
No, we were going to decide after if we're going to put money in, but obviously that's not going to happen.
Let's start with 100 quid in, each.
Big Ron said 22, which is Slovakia. And United Way said 23-13 was taken, obviously Macedonia, which is Austria. So United Way have got Austria, and Big Ron have got Slovakia. You know what? I've got Austria down for a team to watch. You know, they got some good talented ballers in the team. But Kish has got France, Germany, and Portugal. Anyways, on that.
Nah, man. Finland are winning this, man. Finland are slapping all of them.
Well, I was gonna make a note of everyone's team and see how we get on, but I'm not gonna bother.
Goran Pandev, the force.
I'm literally not gonna bother. But listen, that's the end of the show. Obviously, next Monday, the Euros will have started, so we'll recap some of the games. To be honest, I haven't really got a plan for that show, but we'll just see how we get on in it. It should be a laugh nonetheless. But obviously, drop like, subscribe to the channel. Before we go, as always, Lawless first and foremost, bro. Where can the people find you, man?
At the Lawless on Twitter, West Ham Fan TV, on all the social medias. I think we're covering the Euros. Like, we're going to do watch-alongs for the England game, I think. I know, no updates. Also, check out Dan Damo and Jace with me. Jace, I'm trying to get him down for this Lingard season review. He's had food poisoning. He's ducking and diving. But this week, I should be filming his Lingard season review.
Can you finally make sure you send me the link? I need to see
I will send you the link. He needs to finally admit he was wrong about Lingard.
There you go. Austria,
I'm get him to say
there you go. Austria, a team to watch out for. I'm just throwing it out there. But Kojo, where can the people find yourself? And Kale, of course.
Yep, Free Midfield Podcast on YouTube, Free Midfield on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, and Twitter, and of course the Kojo Show on Osman Talks United, and everywhere else on Osman Talks United, to be quite honest with you.
Yes, you love to see it. Last but not least, Kish, where can the people find you?
Socials below on Twitter and Instagram, and then find me weekly on Usman Talks United as well.
Yes, you love to see it. But listen, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that is tuning in. As always, make sure you continue to show love to the boys. Obviously, their content is absolutely amazing as well. Kojo and Kale do the podcast every Monday as well, so make sure you show love to that as well. Follow me on Usman Talk United if you want all the in-the-know information that your eyes can, the base episode for every team in it. You're welcome, basically. Here we go, so to speak. Anyways, it's been your boys, man. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you're just joining us, make sure you watch the first 40 minutes back. I can assure you, get popcorn. It was a good one. Anyways.